With my previous releases, like I said, my sound now, I really want to touch on this part, but my sound now is a more defined folk pop, whereas before I didn't really have like a specific sound, and I just put out my EPs before and didn't really think about the marketing side or think about, you know, who I am as an artist. I didn't really know. I was still discovering that, and I think with this release I'm really more defined as a folk pop artist, and also I've engaged with my audience a little bit more. So in order to create this CD, I did a Kickstarter, and I basically got a camera and I got the help of some of my friends, and we shot it in my car. I drove around LA, and I had my friend Jossie film me the whole time, and I rented a lens and just a little bit of equipment, and I interviewed my producer Patrick Joseph, and I created a story out of this trip that I took in my car to engage people a little bit, and from that, this story of the EP came about, and I was really able to show people, you know, this is the background of an artist. This is the behind the scenes. This is what an artist does every day to make their dreams a reality. I'm busking. I'm outside every day, just playing and, you know, trying to make a living that way. I showed scenes from my previous gigs, like at Room 5. When Room 5 was open, I did a single release show last year, so I had a few scenes in there. And the Kickstarter is really great because it gave people a connection to the background of my music, who I am as an artist. And I think that's something that people didn't really see in my previous releases. I just put my music up randomly, and they didn't get to know me as an artist. And the Kickstarter was really a way for people to get to know Katie. Who is she? You know, we've been following her on social media. We've seen pictures of her. Okay, who is this person, and why should we support her? So the challenges as an artist in the digital age, I would say the thing that most musicians complain about is that, well, how am I supposed to make a living off my music when people can just get it for free? Like, they can listen to it for free on Spotify, or go on YouTube, or they can go on Pandora. How am I supposed to make money doing music in this age that we live in? Before, you know, you had to get signed to a record label in order to have any sort of exposure as an artist. The record labels would control, you know, who heard your music, what audiences heard your music. They would control when your CD would come out, and they still do that now. But I think the really great thing about technology now is that, well, the artist has all that control, and I feel like if you find a way to use technology to your advantage, you can basically grow a following online, and you can engage people in the way that you want to, as opposed to like relying on somebody to make things happen for you. So, you know, now it's very easy for an independent musician to really become successful in the industry, and that's if they know how to do it. So, you know, like I said, there's so many tools available to artists. Like, you can be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can be on Spotify. You can be on I mean, it's great. Like, there's so many ways to gain exposure. So I know some people, they focus on YouTube, and all they do is make YouTube videos, and they monetize these videos. So, you know, you could spend, let's say, like a period of like 6 months to a year planning out videos and putting them out like every 2 weeks or every week, however often you want to do it, and over time you grow this following, and then after you have people engaged, then you offer them something, and that's a really great way to sell your music. You know, before you didn't have that. You can think about the internet, or you know, social media. To me, I see it as a commercial. You're creating mini commercials time. You're creating like on Instagram. Instagram is such a great way to not only network, but to put up just like samples of your music. Video is a really great tool for people just to hear you. They wouldn't normally hear you, like say you're living in London. Someone in London isn't going to be able to hear someone from LA just being there. They can go online, say they're searching for a hashtag, and then they stumble across your music. Well, then you've just made a new fan. You know, it's a really great way to broaden your audience. And then once you figure out, okay, who's listening to my music, then you can kind of figure out ways to engage them a little bit more.